Hi everyone. A little while ago, I did a video on spiritual advisors and what to be aware in terms of, these narcissistic type of traits that these kind of cult leaders, let's say, have, right? So I put a link to that video below this one, so you can have a look at that. But it's just kind of exploring another part of this that I wanted to talk about. As this awakening is happening, you're going to find people rising up more as some kind of cultish kind of leaders, right? I mean, I don't know how I feel about, I'm really not good with words. I don't like to use words, full stop. So I don't know how else to describe it, but as I say, cult leaders, however, cult is just, the meaning, the association with cult has just got so far as well. I'm not saying it's untrue, but let's just say cult leaders, or however you want to say it, spiritual advisors, spiritual bypassing, a similar thing basically, right? It's all kind of the same thing. But there's a lot more of this going on because this awakening is happening, right? And I'm here with my guides as well. So if anything comes in, I'll just put that through. But completely, there is a rising of people that are becoming more awake, and therefore these people that are becoming more awake because they're going through this awakening, they are now wanting to lead, a community. I'm being told a community of people, right? Whether it is face-to-face or even online. Yes, social media can be a platform that can do this, right? So there are people rising up in this way to lead a community of people, people that are interested in spirituality, are on their own spiritual journey, right? That is actually happening. So in this awakening, I want to say it's like a natural progression, a kind of a natural organic progression to kind of expect because of that. However, I think it's really important to know that even though this is happening, we have to use our own discernment. It's really important. In this particular journey that I've been on, in this awakening journey myself, I have found every single time, no matter what book I read, no matter who I listen to, no matter what event, workshop, whatever, anyone I meet, anything, nothing has come anywhere close to what I feel within myself, to the wisdom that's within me. And I feel this is the same for everyone. I've been told everyone has got that inner knowing, that inner wisdom within them. And if it's difficult for you to connect to that, there's obviously a block of some kind of fear going on for you, some kind of egoic, unconsciousness that maybe, we're not aware of. But everyone's got it. And I can tell you that no one person has got all the answers. And it's really interesting. I can say this. When I have asked this question to my guides before, I've asked this question, I thought it was really interesting. I was like, so hold on, are you guys saying that even you guys don't know everything? And they said no. And they're saying the same thing. No, of course. They don't know everything. No one knows everything, right? So no matter what. And yes, there are people that, are good, know quite a lot in terms of, in their own fields, what they've studied for a long time, what they've experienced in their life, whatever it is. Yeah, there are some people absolutely that are really good at that. In fact, I was going to say master, but I'm being told the same thing, that no, there is no such thing as being a master. No one can be a master. So it's really important to know that. The way I've been told it is you can't be a master, but you can be mastering it. You could be mastering the art of whatever you are, whether it's teaching, learning, or, performing or whatever, right? So you can't be a master. No one can be a master of anything, but you can be mastering, which is really healthy, I feel, because it helps us keep grounded within ourselves. Take that egoic mind out and go, I'm always learning, right? Same with these, spiritual advisors, cult leaders, whatever, community, spiritual leaders, I don't know how else to say it. They are also on their learning journey. And just like everyone, they have an unconscious part of them, right? So really important right now. And I feel for a little while, I can feel it's going to go off in a certain direction in this society. It's really important that people come back to themselves, that you use your discernment and really see things for what's true. Spiritual bypassing is a thing. It's a thing. It's so easy to be in, be all spiritual and, have the crystals, have the right environment, the right friends, look a certain way, and do your tarot cards, oracle cards, yoga, whatever. It's so easy to do all this stuff, right? So easy. It's so easy to have even the conversations about all this stuff. So easy. It is so hard. It is so hard to do the actual work. Okay, so the actual work, which is the inner work, it's a process and it takes a while, right? It takes a while. So, and I'm saying this not just for, if you are part of a community, or anything. It's even if you see a particular therapist or you go to some kind of healing modality, anyone, doesn't matter who it is, use your discernment. It's really, really important. Even when I channel, many times I have to use my discernment. I have to, right? Because remember, we all have an unconscious part, and I've said this before, channeling is going through my filter, so I have to feel into what's actually true and what isn't, right? So you can do the same. Really, really be aware. I really want to say, be aware of this new age movement, let's say, that's going on. I do feel like it's going to keep rising, and it's going to get to a point where I just feel like it's going to explode and it's going to open up, and people are going to have to, I can see it. People are going to have to go through their own awakening, and therefore the spiritual bypassing will not matter. It would be irrelevant, right? It would be completely irrelevant. That's kind of what I'm being told. That's what it feels like as well, that it's just going to get to a point where it's just not going to matter. But right now it's going to rise, and it's going to rise for a while, but at the end, it's just not even going to matter. But please be aware of this. Now, there are certain buzzwords that these people use, right? And some of these words I've heard before. I mean, a lot of people use this, but soulmates, divine union. I mean, there are so many. Be aware of these buzzwords. I've said this in this video, the link that I'm going to put below. These people are very charming, and it's done in a very subtle way, really subtle way. So be aware of how you feel when you're around these people. I've said this before. How do you feel when you're around when you're around these people? How do you feel afterwards? Are you obsessing over these people? Do you believe that these people are gurus, are masters? Do you believe that they need to be held up and looked up, in that way? Do you believe that? How do you see these people? Is there an obsession there, right? Ask these questions for yourself. Are you thinking about these people a lot? Is there a bit of a, again, obsession, addiction kind of going on there? Because again, no one is above you. No one. It's just not possible. There are other things to really be aware of. Just watch, if you can, start watching people that are really charming. It's actually quite an interesting experiment to do. Start watching people that are really charming. It can be anyone that's charming. You'll see charm plays a really big role. Charm sells, right? They can be the nicest people and they've got the charm, they can sell themselves. They can be the meanest people, they've got the charm, they can sell anything, right? Think about a salesperson. I mean, a classic salesperson, they go really over the top with it, but these people will not go over the top. They'll be very subtle about it. But really think about what's happening to you. If you are part of a spiritual community, or you are listening to someone, you listen to a podcast and they're saying all this stuff, oh my gosh, it sounds so amazing, be really watchful of that. No one is perfect, no one is fully conscious, And no one, like I said, is a master. It's impossible. And like I said, there's an awakening happening, right? So people are going to be taking that on, and people are going to want to start communities. And in fact, in the future, there are going to be communities, but at the moment, it is not quite the communities that are going to be in the future. Understand that as well. Right now, people are still learning. We're still in this learning phase, okay, before the actual communities happen for, however long they need to, right, as we start magnetizing to our soul family groups. But I thought that was really interesting, watching out for who is being like that, and watching out for where are you in this? Are you using your discernment? That's really key here as well.